Welcome to Lola Lee Chat. Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. So Karlissa was on Instagram Live begging Chrisean to give Ronny the paternity test. She said it's for Chrisean's comfort and safety. And she said if it was her, she would have given up the test. She would have done 3 of them if that's what it took. She claims Jaidyn is over there laughing at the situation. And she says she knows Chrisean, Jesus is hers because of that dream that she had. She was reminded by someone in the chat that Blueface got a test already. And Karlissa said that if her son is still claiming he's not the father, then he needs a test too. She went on to speak on a narrative that's been floating around that the test done on Crazy in Love, the Zeus Network, was fake because the result we saw was only for the benefit of the show. They're saying that if the test had come back negative, Blueface would have left the show, which would have meant that money would have been lost. So Karlissa is saying it's possible that it could be true that the test was fake for the show. So she herself is questioning the test done on the Zeus Network. And Karlissa feels that Ronny is not a clout chaser. He just wants to know if he got a baby out there. She clarified when Ronny ran up on Chrisean at the mall, she said she did hear her say that that's not your baby because she had said before that she didn't hear her say it. Listen to this.
Gonna say, just like any mother would say, after all this bullshit, that's what you get. Because when I told you, don't play with nobody's motherhood, don't be playing with nobody's mama, that shit's gonna be ugly in the end. You don't do that. You don't play with nobody's mama that been moving pieces and puzzles and doing what I do. You just don't play with nobody's real mama. Now, if I was a crackhead, a lady on the corner drinking wine and wasn't doing my business, y'all could get away with this. But look at this bullshit and this humiliation that y'all got to go through. Look what my son got to go through for playing with me. I wouldn't have prayed this on my worst enemy. But what I will say, though, because they played with me, they toyed with me, and I wake up and I look at this shit and I can't even laugh at them because I feel bad for them. Because I really do love them. But when they was whooping my ass and they was sending me through all them changes, I was like, boy, when the Lord get a hold of y'all ass, I'ma laugh. That's what I said, babe. Did I say that? I said when the Lord get a hold of their ass for that shit, I'ma laugh. But I can't even laugh. I can't even laugh because I feel bad for the baby. I can't even laugh at them. The Lord made it so I can't even laugh at these mother suckers, okay? Because I feel bad that the baby is just thrown on the internet like a rag doll, and they running around here talking about, this my baby, that my baby, that ain't my baby, that ain't my baby. Like, this is so fucking bad. Like, what the fuck? Just get the fucking test that y'all need. If you need 2 or 3 tests, hell, I need another test too. Everybody get a test. Everybody get a test. You get a test. You get a test. You get a test. Hell, I want a test. I want to test Offset too. Y'all, Offset about to pop up talking about it's his baby too. I don't know what else to say about this. That's what they get. You don't play with nobody mama. Now, if I was beating on him and burning him with cigarettes and he wanted to act like this, by all means, do what you do. But somebody that done rode and died and died and rode and died again and sat up in them hot ass bleachers. I could have caught a stroke in one of them goddamn bleachers. How many football games I done been to, y'all? You don't just do your mama, nobody mama, that did for you any kind of way because you don't like what they say. Now, again, I'm going to say, I wanted to laugh at them 3 years ago. I said, woo, when God get y'all, I'ma laugh. But I can't even laugh because my grandbaby getting on the internet. Now it's a whole, please get a man a test. Just get a man a test. Get a man a test. Just for your own comfort and safety, I would just give him the test. I would give somebody 3 to here. You need another one? You need one more? And I wouldn't be ashamed if it came out to be his baby. I will be like, hey, it is what it is. Y'all ninjas do this to women all day. It finally got done to y'all. That's what y'all get. That's what you get. Now, I know Jaidyn probably over there laughing. I know she is, because she ain't got no grandbaby and nobody tied up in this. I know she over there on the goddamn floor, spread all out, knees and hands on the floor, trying to worship and not laugh at the same damn time. But that's what they get. I know she over there laughing. I know she is, because I want to laugh so bad. But every time I get ready to laugh, I see my grandbaby looking at me like, Grandma, why would you laugh at me like that? I want to laugh at them so goddamn bad. And now the Lord made it so I can't laugh. The joke's on me. Child, I'm telling you, if I hadn't had that dream that he was my baby, I would be running outside, jumping in that swimming pool, laughing and cracking up, jump back out again, laugh again, and jump back in and laugh again. But I did have a dream. I told you, I had a dream. That's my baby, right? Why you don't ever back me up when I say right, if you know? Because they going to try to say I'm lying if I don't have no witnesses. Anywho, your son got a test already. Well, if my son's still saying it ain't his baby, then he need a test too, right? Every week when he was out, it was his baby, it wasn't his baby. He didn't believe the test either. So if the people who the baby belonged to don't believe in the test that was given to them, I think maybe they saying that. I couldn't see why. I mean, I can see why, because obviously they think if the test would have came back, it wasn't my son baby, Zeus Network wouldn't still have no show. But John was done anyway. He didn't want to do the shit no more. So, but they was thinking, if we tell him this ain't his baby, we ain't gonna have no show. So, because John ain't gonna continue the show. So they feel like maybe they just told John that so they could continue the show, because that was a lot of money on the line. I'm just saying what they saying. Okay? So they don't feel like the test was real because they wanted to make money off my son being the baby daddy on the show. That's what I'm hearing. And it's possible that maybe that's true, and it's also possible that maybe there was no test done. Maybe Jonathan just needs to know that it is his baby. However, if you do another DNA test, because the test did say you're not excluded as the father, it didn't say you died. What did George say, babe? You 99.9% the daddy, right? It didn't say nothing about that excluded stuff. I ain't never seen no test say that either. So it just said that my son was not excluded as the man that was digging in the booty. Why the fuck is you laughing now? Now you would have laughed? And the test said Blue is not excluded from digging in the booty. It just said you was digging in the booty too. Okay, so he need to get a test that say you are 99 point whatever % the father. Okay, and in this case, he's going to need it to say 99.9 because this other gentleman is saying that the baby is his. Right, it said you are not excluded from being the father. I never seen no DNA test like that before. That means, yes, you was digging in the booty, so it's a possibility. That didn't even leave liability on the company to say that they lied, because it just said, no, you're not excluded. Well, hell, the whole world could not be excluded. We want to know who is exactly 99.9%. Sure. Okay, so this is what we need to do, y'all. We need to give that man his test so he can be relieved, because he's starting to. At first I was like, maybe he doing it for clout, but then I was like, that's why I didn't interview him. I was like, maybe he doing this for clout. But then I thought about it. I said he could just get clout off her, because he was there when she had the baby and he was hitting the booty dude, so he could just get the clout off her. Why go the extremes about the baby? Because he could just be running around being a clout stalker. They have those too. He could just be like, whenever she pop up, he could just put her on the internet. He could have been got clout off her, is what I'm saying. He could have been got clout off of her if supposedly he was with her at the times that she got pregnant. He could have been got clout. Real clout. He could have clout chased the whole way and, you know what I'm saying, been all the way up already. It's not making sense that all of a sudden he just want to get clout off the baby. So maybe he just really feels. And then he got a loving family like Blue got. So his family probably wants to know if they got a baby out there. And I wouldn't dare never, ever, ever let my son just be walking around and we got a baby out here and we ain't claiming it. I personally would go and get the baby myself and give him to my son. Like, nigga, what is you trying to do? We don't do that over here. So maybe he got the same kind of family as Blue got. I'm thinking his family putting the pressure on him, because if he got a kid out here, ain't nobody's family finna just let their kid be roaming around. I don't know where y'all do that at. Some men I know, y'all get to go on down the road, but my husband, mama would never. Okay, he would probably get a whooping at his grown age if he had a kid and she thought it was his, and he didn't go get the baby and say it was his baby. Some people's family is not okay with that. My father would have a conniption fit if somebody had a kid, and my father would send me, like, girl, don't be letting nobody play with our kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't do that over here. I don't know his family. I don't. I seen his aunt on something on the live saying she wants to know. So I know that he has some aunts and relatives, and I seen the big picture of the big family. So it looked like he come from some good stock. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his case with his father and his mother, but you know, I see some relatives supporting his mission. And they want to know if that's their child. It don't got nothing to do with if he gonna be $1 billion baby. Like, y'all be thinking everybody just want their kids because, you know, they got some money. That's not always the case. Some people really give a fuck about their kids, especially if they came from parents that give a fuck about them. You know what I'm saying? People ain't trying to be walking around here, got grandkids in the world, and we don't know where they at. I don't think Zeus did the test. I don't think Zeus had anything to do with the test. I think that maybe Chrisean went out and got somebody to do the test, and then they brought the paperwork while she was on the show. I don't know. I personally never watched. I didn't watch it. I'm guilty. I did not watch that part. I seen the clips, and then I didn't watch the show. I only watched the part that we was on. And the part where John got in a fight. They need to do a blood test. Yes, they just need to do one just for the sanity of everyone. Because maybe the people that don't believe it, you know what I'm saying? I would just do it for the sanity. I feel so bad for that baby boy. Yeah, I can't even laugh at John. The paper said 99.9%. I could have swore she said you are not excluded from being the 99.9% father. And then there was a problem because the paper was all balled up or folded up or something was wrong with the paper. None of the daddies is comfortable with the paperwork. So while y'all keep fighting for this test, that's not going to help. So stop acting like you're scared to do a fucking another test. You people, you baby mamas over here. Stop acting like you're scared to do another fucking test and just do another fucking test. Get it over with. I would do 3 more tests. Why y'all keep trying? If they uncomfortable with the test, just do another one. That's what you got to do. Okay? It didn't come from the government. It didn't come from the welfare office, honey. Then even the welfare office, didn't the welfare office get in trouble for doing fake DNA tests back in the day because they wanted to get baby daddies to pay the child support? So then just go to another exclusive place. It's not like fake DNA tests haven't been done before. We had a problem with that. Some people sued some people. We had a problem with DNA tests before. It ain't like it's never been done. So stop getting on here acting dumb like y'all don't know no better. Go look it up. The welfare office was doing fake DNA tests because the girls was finding men at work, and the DNA test want to charge the person who had a job so they can get some of their money back. It's a money game. Everything is a money game. Karlissa, she makes herself look guilty when she didn't deny it. I went back and listened, and she did say, this ain't your baby. She said it very low. She didn't say it like CHRISEANROCK. She didn't say it like, boy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is you crazy? Like, she didn't say it like how most women would have said, you know, this ain't your baby if you don't get the fuck away from around me. She didn't say it like that. And she didn't say it in her Christian voice. She didn't say, in the name of Jesus, this is not your baby. Because there's ways you could say it without, you know, getting hyped up and amped up. She didn't clarify. But she did say, this not your baby, walking away from him. But it wasn't like, you know, she looked in his face and clarified it, because that might have helped too. Rock don't need to do nothing. This is said the girl don't need to be providing nothing to nobody. She don't need to be providing it to us, but he can subpoena it. So if he can subpoena it, that means that he can ask for it in a court of law. Okay? That's what he can do. He can subpoena it in a court of law. So that means she gonna have to do what the court say do. Okay? Because they don't let you just do what you want to do. Okay? Maybe that's why his name Chrisean and not Jonathan. Well, that's a good point there. Because why didn't she name him Junior? I thought she was gonna name him Junior. But God ain't gonna let you name nobody nothing that God gives us our names before we even come out the womb. So God wasn't fixing to let nobody disturb Javon like that, or John's first child. That would have just been disrespectful, and God's not into doing disrespectful shit. So I don't think we get to just choose a name. God already has our name before we come out. Y'all do know that, right? Because he did say it in his word. But some of y'all he don't got a name for, because some of y'all don't belong to him. So I don't know. I can't. Whoa, Jesus. That's because she knows Blueface isn't the father. Blue comfortable. That's why he keep posting it on his snap. Posting what on his snap? Now, I will say this. When John gets mad at Jaidyn, like he is right now, he don't take the mother kids off. So maybe they all know something we don't know. Because when he get mad at her, he take the baby off. Like that's his stepchild or something. That's what I don't like. When he get mad, she told me to take her baby off. So that's why I took him off. So maybe, unless she told him she don't want her baby on there too. She told me she didn't want me to have nothing to do with the baby. So that's the only reason why I respect her. Because if I tell somebody I don't want my kids on their page when they was little, that's what the fuck they better do. So when she told me she didn't want me to be in his life, that's the only reason I took him off my page. Otherwise, he would be on the page with the rest of my grandkids. But when he gets mad at her, the baby come off too. But whenever he mad at everybody else, Javon and Journey don't move. So that's what make me think maybe they know something we don't know, and that's their business. But if the man is running around the world asking for a DNA test, he need to get a DNA test before he run around and lose his damn mind, because he's starting to look real serious about this. I thought maybe it was a game at first, he was just playing, but he's very serious. She could be hiding something. Get rid of her and debunk your show. No, they got rid of her show. I don't know about my show yet, but they definitely got rid of her show. I think it's Blue, baby. The other guy just tripping. Trust me, I'm sure she on her knees thanking God if she found out you weren't her kid's grandma. Well, which one of them would she want to be the grandma? Because they all do the same thing. Now, which one of them would she want to be the grandma? Because all them people do the same thing. I'm about the best it get, baby. I'm the best it get. What the fuck she talking about? Girl, we about to have grandbaby weekend. What the fuck is you talking about? Blue said it was a fake DNA test, his words. Which maybe is what made the guy think that it's his baby. Blue maybe couldn't sit with it. I don't know. We wasn't there. He was there. If John asked for a test, he would get one, but nope. So now it matter how she said it. She just don't have to say it. Y'all want... Girl, what in the fuck is y'all talking about? It's a whole man on the internet fixing to subpoena a goddamn test. Somebody gonna help this man get some blood from this baby if y'all, no matter what y'all say or how y'all feel about it. She seems scared of the results. I mean, any mother would naturally be like, maybe they making her think the test, wasn't what it was. I would be scared to take a DNA test, even if I already knew. I still would be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, because they do mess up in the DNA testing office. They not 100%. That's why they say that. They gonna give it to the highest bidder because the welfare office be thinking they got to take care of all our kids. So it was a problem in the welfare office where they was giving out fake DNA tests because they wanted the baby daddy. They would pick the baby daddy that had a job. Y'all saw that shit. You can't trust nobody. That's why I would just want 2 DNA tests anyway. Unless, you could just see. I feel like he looks like Javon. I've told Jaidyn that several times. She don't believe that. She don't even really care whether it is or not. She just said that she would like to know for sure before I put all the kids together. She would like to know for sure. So her kids don't think they got a baby brother and then they don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like nobody over here don't want the baby to be whatever he is. I think y'all keep getting it twisted up. Because that's not Blue, baby. Blue knows. Now, how the fuck Blue gonna know if he the one who started the damn rumor? My son is the one who said the test was fake at the damn Zeus. And then I said, okay, it's a possibility. But, I mean, even if the test was not real, that doesn't exclude you. That means you just need to take another test. It's giving obsession. Girl, at this point, we are obsessed with the child. We obsessed to know what's going on. Now, you're obsessed because you're just here and you don't have no fucking no reason. I'm obsessed because I'm the person, I could possibly be, the grandma or the not grandma. I could be, of course, we should be obsessed. Everybody involved should be obsessed at this point, at least the first-hand generations. His mama, my mama. You know what I'm saying? Them people should be obsessed. My daddy. Them people should be obsessed with their child. If you love your kids and your family and your bloodline, you should definitely be fucking obsessed. What was that supposed to be like? Are y'all don't have nobody give a fuck about y'all kids, huh? Y'all just sick and sad about it, huh? I feel sorry for some of y'all. I really do. Because some of y'all really think this is not important. And when y'all be saying obsessed, I be looking at you like, damn, your mama's not obsessed with you? I am literally obsessed with... I'm obsessed... Babe, am I obsessed with my step-grandkids? I'm obsessed with my husband's kids. Kids. Not his kids, but his kids. I'm obsessed with my husband's grandbabies. Are y'all grandparents not obsessed with y'all kids? I don't understand that. When y'all say that, you obsessed with the baby. Girl, my grandma was obsessed with me. Girl, my grandparents was so obsessed with me, honey. They put money up when I was born. When I turned 18 years old, I had 20 bands just sitting there, just sitting out for me, like stacked up like stripper money. My grandparents was obsessed with me when I was born, before I got here. They had already had that money set up for me before I came out my mama's stomach. Do y'all know parents is obsessed with y'all? Girl, we get up so obsessed on Saturday. We go watch Carter play his basketball on Saturday. Papa worked with him obsessively all week, and then we go watch obsession with our eyes on Carter. We don't look at the other kids or nothing, Jesus. We cheer for the whole team, but we look at Carter for a whole hour with nothing but pure obsession. Y'all don't have nobody obsessed over y'all? Y'all don't even know what that feel like, huh? We're obsessed with watching Junie say, "Hi, Grandma, how are you today?" We're so obsessed with our grandkids. And then the ones that we don't get to see, we flip through the internet and we look at them all. You know, when the parents get mad and they don't come by. We obsessively look at the kids grow on the internet. We are totally fucking obsessed grandparents. Even when they're here, we're obsessed. We listen to every little word that they say, and we repeat after them, and they repeat after us, and we watch them eat, and we watch them. We're obsessed with them. Oh, Jesus. I feel so bad for y'all. Go find Dre's daddy. We already did that. We went and we took Dre on the show. Did you miss it? It's on episode number 17. We went to Ohio. We flew the whole team to Ohio. We went and got DNA. We swabbed Dre. We swabbed the baby daddy. We did it right on TV for y'all. And it was the baby daddy that I said was the baby daddy that I didn't want to be the baby daddy. So maybe Chrisean is really like me, because Blue said she is you and you are her. Because, honey, I ran. Bitch, you should have ran. I ran from that baby daddy. I said, no, you was a good time, but you are not the father. And I knew who my baby daddy was the whole time. I just didn't want him to be the baby daddy because, you know, he walked with a limp and he's a lame. Like, I just didn't want that for my child. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even want my son to see what I was doing behind closed doors. I didn't want that for him. I didn't want that family for him. You know what I'm saying? My son don't do drugs and it ain't a drug addict because he saw that, you know, he didn't get to see all that. Like, sometimes you just don't want your kids to see your mistakes, even if that's their parents. But he went out there, he learned, he saw, that's my dad. Okay, you did a good job, Mom, running. He even told me that. I'm glad you never let me be around this dude. So, you know, as a mother, you have to make the best decision for your child. I knew who my baby daddy was the whole time, but he wasn't a baby daddy. He just was a donor. And maybe John is right. John says she's you and you're her and y'all act just alike. And, you know, they say the sons like women that are like the mother. Promiscuous and don't give a fuck. It's what I say or the highway. Like, yeah, she's a lot like me. When I was younger. Don't keep doing that shit, girl. Don't keep doing that. By the time I had that next child, honey, when I was in that hospital, I said, get this man his DNA test right now. Because when I stop liking him tomorrow, I'm going to probably run off. Get this man his DNA test before we leave here. She shared everything except her son being slow. And even if he is slow, what does that matter? Slow people haven't y'all seen some slow people having a good time? Why? So what if he's slow? Why you keep saying that? She don't got to tell us if he's slow. Well, she need to tell me. I need to know what the hell we over here praying for. Shit, I've been praying for all the syndromes y'all give me. Y'all tell me this week is this syndrome, that syndrome. I'm just praying for any syndrome y'all give me. She never told me nothing. John ain't never told. Well, John told me it was a problem. He just didn't tell me what the problem was because I don't think he know. You obsessed with eating your son, girl? I've been married for so long. I'm not one of them rapper mothers that you used to, bitch. I got a responsible, reliable husband that sent my son off to college, okay? Y'all got me twisted up. Y'all got me twisted up. I'm not them. My dad is obsessed with my kids. Okay, girl? Like, what the hell? My dad is obsessed with my kids, too. The fuck? Girl, my kids call my dad Dad. My dad is totally obsessed. I didn't need no baby daddy for my son. My daddy was my kid's daddy. The grandparents are supposed to be obsessed. That's their job. Her fans have no family, so they don't know. Yeah, they ain't got no baby daddies. I know. I said that. I said her fans are all the dried up people who wish the man would have stayed with them but ran off with the other women. I know they have something in common. That's why they fight so tough. But this ain't y'all fight, okay? This ain't y'all fight. Go find your own baby daddy and fight with him, okay? This ain't y'all fight. God ain't finna let none of us, none of y'all, none of them walk up in somebody's life and do all of that. I told y'all, I said, before she even got pregnant, I said, it's going to end up like Hagar in the wilderness. And y'all was just laughing, thinking I was being funny. I was being fucking for real. Some shit you just can't do. As a woman, we got to know we can't do that. Now, that man been hollering, I don't want no more babies ever since he met her. Now y'all out here talking about he made her have. Tasha K, shame on you. You know can't nobody make Chrisean have no. She was having them before she met my son, but y'all gonna sit up here and say my son made her. This is a free will country. Well, it was up until Trump got in there.
All right, guys, you heard what Karlissa had to say. So one thing I agree with Karlissa about is that Blueface was the one who made up the rumor that the Zeus test was fake. Blueface started all the questioning of whether he was the father or not. He started all this, and he is the one that has to end it. He can squash all of this hoopla by one post, which is him claiming the baby publicly, because he should know if he is the father of the baby, right? As for Chrisean giving Ronny that test, and if it comes back negative, I don't think he's going to stop. I really don't. I think that he's just going to find something else to harass her about. So definitely let me know your thoughts. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.